Hey guys, Tara here, bringing you a 2v2 today. We are on Poltawa, playing for today, spawning in the south. We have Nantay as the Brits, straight away locking in commandos. Teaming up with him is RAWEL as the US forces, who has tactical support. Straight away locking that in. In the north we have a double OKW team, ERock, locking in Overwatch early, and LuckyNoob has breakthrough, fortifications, and special operations. So Patreon back again. Ranks for these two teams about rank 2000, a range team on each side. So yeah, if you guys want to become Patreon backer, you know, you can bypass the ranking restrictions. Your games cast help support the channel as well, which is very nice for me because I spend so many hours on this every week. So a bit about Poltawa. I mean, I think I usually veto it. It's quite laney. There's kind of like this big middle area. There's all these wooden houses, which can be a headache in the early game, especially if you don't have a flamethrower. So it pays, if you have a faction with a mortar, to probably get a mortar early on, because it's going to be useful. These buildings are just such a pain throughout the match, and then just about nobody ever seems to use these like lanes down the side. So generally a good idea, you're 1 or 2 mines down on them, stop any potential flanks. Yeah, Vickers in a nice position here to stop this assault. But it's probably going to be too many squads. Squad comes out of suppression. 3 squads coming in on the flank here. Decent retreat time though. Should get away alive. Maybe showing a little bit of trouble there. And double OKW getting super aggressive early, going for some harassment. He's not really reacting to this that well. They need to try and get some stuff onto their cutoff here. Oh no, they are actually connected. Okay, I didn't realize that connected them there. Okay, they're okay. Gotta make sure he repositions his machine gun though to his incoming threats, which he is not doing. Popping it now, that's good.
Our supply line's broken.
It's half of the blob, but the other half making it around the other side of the arc. Here comes some US Forces troops though, and support. Ideally, he needs to keep the suppression on these squads. Oh, that's dead. Thought I saw that packing up and then it reset up. That was unfortunate from Nantay. Looks like he's just going to leave it there set up. Squad not quite behind heavy cover here. Switching targets to the final squad now, but full retreat, perhaps not necessary. I think that rifle squad, as long as they didn't get suppressed, might have actually been able to win against Fox screens at that range. Okay, bit of house fighting going on here. A squad of Jaeger lights, so slight difference to the more common build. A lot more players, you know, trying to integrate a Kubel into their builds these days, so they can get more Jaegers in the around this phase of the match. Okay, mechanized and healing. Healing going up in a kind of central position here, so both players can make use of it. Which is nice, good teamwork. Oh, Vickers getting flanked. He's not having a good run with his Vickers, is Nantay. We're getting flanked very frequently, but here comes a big old blob from the allies.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Oh man. This is just so much firepower, even though they're behind light cover. They're getting cut to pieces. Here come reinforcements though. ERock bringing in a whole bunch of squads of his own. So this is just too much. Yeah, wasn't behind cover with a couple of those squads. Probably could have won, you know, if they were behind cover, especially if they had 1 or 2 squads behind heavy cover, but that is just an almighty blob. Where's that machine gun that got stolen? Okay, he's coming out of base now. Doing a bit of healing as well. But this, yeah, this just should not be trifled with. You need to try to set up behind heavy cover positions, wait for them to come to you, because it's very unlikely you're going to outnumber this many squads. Wait for the Vickers to arrive as well. Be careful you don't get the Vickers too close to potentially go into a death loop from just blob focus fire. But works out for them pretty reasonably there. AC coming in for Nantay. So now the allies seem to have stabilised. That blobbing really seems to have worked in their favour after that rocky start. The allies are not really that well equipped to counter the buildings, as I mentioned. Okay, now RAWEL's gone for a mortar. It's pretty heavy tier 1 or tier 0 start for him. How you want to call it, but 4 rifles and a mortar, as well as the ambulance. It's about to pop his officer out now. Could consider going for a pack outer. It is quite a lot better than the mortar. I think we can work on this map as well, like just park it somewhere around here in mid and just it's pretty safe. Don't have to worry about applying the retreat button on it. It's Faust in there. So the allies have snuck their way down into this corner. Gonna get some harassment going on these sectors. Looks like that was full suppression there. Now the mortar going to work on their machine. Wow, they got to vet too, like immediately. That's crazy. Lit up super quickly. Now it's going to have that range bonus on it. Just could be quite good while these buildings are still standing. Looks like Nantay actually went for one more machine gun. This one's very far in the corner though. Just not going to be much use back there. Not protecting the fuel at all. Kind of overlooking the VP. It's just not a very good building. Oh man, walking Stuka this early. Pretty good barrage there. 4 kills, a lot of health damage as well. Did it towards the base as well, which is nice because it did catch those retreating squads as they tried to get out of the zone. Oh man, what? How did that... Did he go in for the kill on it there? Or did just like a shot scatter along? I didn't see, but very close call for the walking Stuka there. If he was going in for the kill, he probably should have continued the chase, honestly. Like, unless there's a squad with a Faust nearby. It's kind of a sitting duck. Here comes the glider from Nantay. Oh, he's doing some reinforcements from it as well. Good to see. But yeah, I mean, I think it would have been worth them trading the AEC for the walking stick, honestly. It's what, like 50 fuel cheaper? Doesn't scale nearly as well into the late game. And the AEC is not that strong against infantry, you know, it's kind of more to keep your opponent's light vehicles at bay, but if your opponents don't have any light vehicles, then it's really not super effective. Oh, but it looks like LuckyNoob is going for looks now. Unusual ordering. We do also have the allies jumping onto this cutoff down here, which is nice to see. We're up already for ERock. Shows how strong the Axis fuel control has been. I don't think they've lost control of their fuel once this entire game. Second Raketin coming in for ERock, just in case. Like, I don't think he'll need it this game, but in most games, it's probably going to. Oh man, he retreated right before he got the neutralized there. Yeah, but I don't think he'll need it this game. I feel like the control has been pretty strong so far. Sections might actually be able to kill this machine gun. He's getting out of there now. Rifle's in the retreat path. Could lose it here if he's a little bit unlucky. Here comes the looks though, maybe to save the day. Walking Stuka. Go after the blob again. Ooh. Oh man. Oh, he had 4 kills before and now he's got 14, so 10 kills. No squad wipes, but that was a huge one. He getting like 1 full level of veterancy. It's crazy. But yeah, for Nantay, he really needs to not hit the panic retreat. Go try maybe. Yes, the walking Stuka, you know, it does its barrages in a line, so if you can avoid retreating to try dodge it, that is ideal, because opponents tend to do it towards the retreat path. So generally, like, if you can split out going side to side is ideal. Try and dodge those walking Stuka barrages. I mean, easy said than done, but walking Stuka is one of those vehicles. Oh man. Main gun destroyed here. It looks might come in for the kill because of it. There's a bazooka right there though. Needs to be bringing these squads up for the anti-tank grenade. We got the kill. But yeah, looks like it's going to go down to this rifle grenade. He hasn't forgotten about this engineering squad here. Planes came in. So a second squad of commandos here from Nantay dropped it very deep in enemy lines, doing some harassment of a few of these points. Looks like the Schwer's not fully covering the fuel, so should be able to cap this. Might even be able to cap it anyway with the commandos with their cloak. Just sneak his way in there. Okay, once again, this machine gun super low in health, could go down here. Drops the artillery flare on it, probably not necessary. Kitten, not on Prote's vehicles, takes a shot at the infantry. The health damage in the process. This machine gun finally comes good. Forcing the squad away there. But yeah, as I mentioned, I don't think that's a good spot for it. But maybe, you know, maybe at this ranks, he's already at his limit of micro, you know, he's kind of blobbing a lot. Maybe just leaving a machine gun camp somewhere safe is just a good investment for him. Meanwhile, RAWEL floating, just look at that, 1,000 manpower. Should probably consider putting down a fuel cache or two, make up for the slightly slow fuel income they've had. That is a monstrous blob though. A few weapon upgrades on it as well. Oh, you can't fight this. Oh. There's one more. No, he didn't. Knock it out there. And here comes the Panzer IV. That's going to help. Only got one bazooka here. And he actually retreated the Raketen that he stole. No, that's like kind of a reflex. Like, oh, I've stolen their team weapon. Now let's retreat. But if he kept the Raketen on the field there, would have been able to fight off this Panzer IV. Or maybe continued his blob assault there. So a slight mistake from RAWEL. Looks like he's just about there on his own tank though if he wants to go for a Sherman. Might want to go straight for the Jackson though. Because it seems like the Allies have generally got the anti-infantry pretty well in hand, so they don't really need the Sherman on high explosives to help in that department, but they do need to be able to fight off this Panzer IV. Looks like we've got tier 4 up now for LuckyNoob as well. It's gone for Spec Ops, so can use those flares, help spot for his walking Stuka, which is really nice. I think he will have enough fuel, Panther, around the time he hits 12 CP, so probably not going to be punished for taking. Oh man, look, he's jammed in there. What was that? Oh, this is the big one. Oh, once again, panic retreat, full blob. This time kind of necessary though, because they were suppressed. Got quite a few models there. 21 kills. He's stuck. He is well and truly stuck. Maybe in that case, LuckyNoob should have done it slightly deeper. Expecting the retreat, and especially, you know, with the suppression being on, making other forms of dodging just about impossible. Uh-oh, commandos. Going down there. Okay, so Nantay getting himself out of Cromwell. RAWEL still floating a enormous amount. A major RD being called in over here. Doesn't do too much though. Full blob retreats here though. It's really costing the Allies a lot of map control. Alright, getting the capping done. Okay, here comes the Cromwell. I feel like it's maybe a little bit too late. That sounds like an LFH as well. It's targeting the base area. I get some big hits as well with all those blobs from the Allies. It's gone down there for the Axis, slightly late on the retreat. Put it slightly out of the base next to the Schwer. Could still be reached through a push through the middle, but seems like the Allies are on the back foot right now. Close range Stuka. Ooh. Oh man, 25 kills now. Stacking them up. Really needs to bring a Raketen up here if he's going to try and make a push like that, but that's just in the back. That's the good thing about the Raketen, you know, you can bring up in those kind of aggressive pushes with you since it can retreat. A cash going down from Nantay really should be RAWEL putting that down. Looks like he lost his re-echelon though at some point, so pretty sure last time I mentioned that he still had them. Jackson finally on the field. Okay, we've got sector assault coming in now, right at the Allied base door as well. It's really gonna peg them in. Decent base out so far there, looks like. He's not getting out of the target zone here. Nantay could be in for a nasty surprise. Oof. Luckily the scatter on those bombs not too good there, but could have been disastrous. Ooh. Oh man. Cromwell's getting a lot of hits. Probably should bring his Panzer IV over here, try to get the killing blow. Here it's mobilizing now. Got Vet 1 on it as well, so it's going to have access to the speed boost. Raketen coming in as well. Oh, but Raketen on the road just got shot down by their Vet 3 Vickers. And Jackson's in a nice position. The circle is still down. Okay, quad. I was about to mention this. Looks like it's already shot down the planes. In a 2v2 situation, if you're up against this commander, you definitely need AA to just lock it out. And in this case, with this commander's used forces, you can get the quad, which is the best AA in the game. Rifle blob coming in here. Don't know why they're coming in this deep. He doesn't have anything to... No, major artillery. It's Vet 2 as well, actually. There you go. That will probably do the trick. Have to keep an eye on the Howie here. Oh, the scatter is no good. Oh man, the scatter on there was... Oh, there we go. Final the final shell seals the deal. Fair enough from RAWEL. Good use of major artillery. It's nice to see some major artillery usage like that. Pick up some more artillery flares, forcing some retreats there for the Axis. So I imagine RAWEL is now going to go for the Calliope as his next unit. Oh, that was a close call, bouncing the killing blow. P4 very lucky there.
Send your orders.
Jackson has been parked in the same spot the entire match. Didn't go forward for the P4 kill there. Perhaps a little bit of bad teamwork, you know, it's at differing players here, maybe he wasn't aware of it. Very important in 2v2s to communicate. I'll capitalize on opportunities like that. Once again, the Allies have lost control of their fuel, even briefly there. Oh man, this is the Blob Almighty once again. Stuka must be licking its lips. 31 kills. Ready to fire again. It's one thing you have to be aware of, you know, once you get the Vet 2 bonuses, you got to be a bit more aware, like, oh man, Stuka is ready to fire so much more frequently. Here it comes. Blob. Decent. 5 kills. Oh, squad goes down there and drops a weapon. He races to pick it up. One squads there actually shooting at the Panzer IV. Ooh. Another Cromwell's going in deep here. I'm not sure. I guess he's looking for the walking Stuka. Not a recommended maneuver though. Cromwell. Stuka's all the way back in base, maybe. Just about ready to fire already. If you could have got the walking Stuka, probably would have been a worthwhile trade. Getting rid of the veterancy on it would have been really nice. It's just so risky, you know, like, this is quite far forwards. You have like recon information, you could very easily just run over mines. Maybe if you're willing to throw something like really expendable away, something like a 222, going hunting for a Katyusha, then like, fair enough, just go for a dive, but that's probably not the best situation for it, man. These Vickers just been kind of just left to camp on that left hand side. Sector assault being called in, as well as some here we go, finally some good dodging from RAWEL there, avoiding that walking Stuka barrage. It looks like maybe lost, no, the lieutenant with the bazooka has retreated. Oh man, that was a big sector bombing run, sector assault bomb. Looks like it came in just before it got shot down as well, unfortunate. The quad was also very far back, might not have been able to target it from that far back. Target the bomber. Nantay now has quite a lot of munitions. His supremacy is an option. Jackson has honestly just been like AFK in this exact spot the whole game. Very disappointing to see. YP didn't get too much done in that first barrage, has to be said. 0 kills. Tiny scratch of veterancy. 2 munitions caches down. So it looks like the allies really want to make use of their commander abilities. Looks like Nantay now switching up, going for the Comet. I feel like it's just a much safer choice, especially in 2v2s. You're generally facing off against a lot more just concentrated anti-tank. So the Cromwell seems to be a lot harder, unless you get it, the Cromwell like a really good timing. There's another walking Stuka. It looks like he was expecting the squads to come through here, but instead they came around this side, so
Damned enemies trying to take
Boulder's going to live to fight another day. Okay, in comes Assault. Got some nice recon information, and they're calling in the bombers. Looks like it's targeting the tech truck here. Planes for the first pass. First run of bombs. Ooh! Second run of bombs. Maybe he did them slightly shallow. Generally, I would expect it to do a little bit more to a truck, but still got some rewards there. There's a lot of corpses. It's like 3 open models, maybe a whole squad of folks. LuckyNoob, not so lucky there, but very avoidable. Like, just ran into the blast radius. Jackson bouncing his first shot. Here now, oh, big hit from the Comet. Might even get a wipe here, and he does. Now having to get out of there. Almost like right back into the base here is RAWEL. Oh, and there we go. Machine gun in the building finally gets flattened by the walking Stuka. That's in fact second walking Stuka now for LuckyNoob. So he really wants to target those blobs. ERock does have the option of trying to go for Goliath. I think this is like the ideal scenario to transition into Goliath now. Oh, and he's doing it right as I said that. Promise you I didn't Didn't know that was coming, but yeah, when your opponent has countered your sector assault, especially with something as powerful as the quad, transition to Goliath, and especially if they're blobbing that much, you can hide Goliath maybe behind one of these buildings. Very effective. The Calliope got a wipe there. There he goes, just taking down the machine gun frontally here, as they are known to do. Jackson back up to full. At Vet 1 now has access to the high velocity armor piercing rounds, which will really help. This is heavily armored Axis tanks. So the high velocity armor piercing rounds give you bonus damage and bonus penetration. I think it's in the range of 20 penetration, so not a massive increase in penetration, but 40 bonus damage per hit. Super useful against high health targets like King Tiger. Speaking of the King Tiger, quite a few kills, but also taking a lot of anti-tank fire. Not going to chase him for the kill on it though. Just going to play cautiously with the Jackson. Lieutenant sprinting forwards. King Tiger's going to get out of there safely. I was seeing a bit of a push on this far left-hand side for Nantay. Looks like he's gearing up some kind of assault. He kills in the combat. He's brought up the Raketin though in support, which is nice. Oh, Commando's dead. Oh, and I heard a tank die. Where? Oh, there it is. The Panzer IV died there. Perhaps to the Raketin, if I had to guess. Might be going after this building. And flattens it. Machine gun inside, also going down. LuckyNoob, a little bit late trying to dodge there. He had plenty of time. I think he could have got out of there in time. The Calliope was taking quite a long time to flatten it, but didn't even attempt. Tiger still requiring repairs. Doesn't have the repair upgrade. Definitely worth getting on the Stern Pioneers. Speaking of blobs, here comes a big one for ERock. The Allies have lost. Oh no, it looks like they recrewed this machine gun. So they've lost most of the machine guns, so this blobbing's not going to be that well punished. I suppose they do have to worry about the Calliope a little bit. Using the major artillery, probably could have just gone for this, the fake smoke there. Save some munitions. One thing that's also pretty good against blobs though is mortar cover. The white phosphorus. It's just so strong against infantry. Okay, walking Stuka. What was that? Didn't get anything there. He's got the flares, not using them to spot for his walking Stuka. Big mistake from my LuckyNoob. Second Jackson from RAWEL. I think that's a good choice facing off against the Panther and the King Tiger. Try and lean on his infantry and his Calliope. Oh, into the base! The disrespect of this man. 44 kills on that bad boy now. Halfway to Vet 5. Okay, King Tiger finally back up in action. Still hasn't got the repair upgrade. Stern Pioneers. I still haven't seen any action, but it's been lying there and wait. Not getting too much done there. Three munitions caches down for the Allies. Haven't seen too many more ability activations from RAWEL, though. He's starting to float a big amount already. Oh, he doesn't even have 1919 on that final rifle squad. Oh! Grand Theft Auto! Couldn't quite get there. Looks like he got suppressed by the base MG. Can't crew vehicle once suppressed. Yeah, I'll get away just fine. Good Stuka. Some damage in base. So you can comment now. Allies actually have a very healthy amount of armor now. They could quite easily overwhelm the Axis. Axis are going to have to be on their toes. A strong support. Sector assault coming in once again. So the one of the planes gets shot down immediately. Here comes the bomber though. It was just the machine gun plane. What's the bomber targeting though? You have no idea. Ooh. Think he got away alive there? Dropped a bar though. Maybe he must have lost a spot. Maybe that was Captain. But yeah, after that got shot down. As you saw, the bomber came from the far side, so very hard to shoot it down before it offloads the payload. What is the Comet doing here? Going into the middle there. Ooh, and the Comet does indeed go down. And so is the Raketin, losing all the variancy. Clumsy in the army usage here from the Allies. One thing from RAWEL as well, he's got a recon run himself. Could and should be using it. Remember that firing into fog of war with indirect fire makes the accuracy worse. So if you've got a recon pass, you might as well use it, even if you don't need the recon information to help you fire more accurately. That was ambitious. Oh! Ooh, man, it was so lucky. One rocket landed here, the other here. Just kind of had three squads in between it somehow. Barely took any damage from that walking Stuka barrage. Okay, in comes air supremacy once again. Once again, try and target the truck. But all the bombs off to the right hand side there. Second pass also not quite successful, largely off to the right hand side. So air supremacy kind of wasted there, honestly. So King Tiger has some repairs. Currently occupied with the Panther though.
Unit ready.
Allies do have a good amount of armor here. If they catch one of these tanks isolated, they could all come crashing down for the Axis. They kind of need the full force to fight off this many Jacksons and Comets. Not that many mines down that I've seen. A couple for the Axis. I don't think the Allies have planted any at all. VP's starting to get a little bit low for the Allies. Just slightly over 200. Okay. Calliope kind of into a retreat path, but not really working out for him there. And Stuka targeting the machine gun. Power plant damaged. Or the Panther, but one of the Jacksons too low on health, a highly vetted one as well. Doesn't want to go in for the chase. Definitely should have an M1919 on the squad. Unquestionable. Commandos were dropped in the back lines there. Now trying to retreat safely. And do get away. 5-man upgrade now for Nantay as well. Very strong. They do keep losing control of this fuel though. Kind of just leaves his machine gun covering the VP over the fuel. And it has cost them quite a lot of fuel this game. Stuka. Pretty good one, taking out the M1 anti-tank gun there. Still hasn't been using the flares though in conjunction. I suppose if you have a lock on your opponent, in the case of the walking Stuka, like it's scatter into the fog of war, it's not that bad. So if you know exactly where your opponent's units are, sometimes it's better not to use the flares, because that way you won't give away where you're likely to be firing. So in the case of the walking Stuka, not nearly as necessary. Here comes a Goliath. Looks like he's going for the King hits. Instead of taking the safe option, trying to knock out the Royal Engineers, trying to get the whole blob. And he ends up getting destroyed instead. No kills to its name. Mortar Pit now going up for Nantay. This is ambitious because they do just lose control of this area of the map very frequently, right next to the central VP as well. There goes the Major. Stuka. One kill there. Another squad goes down. A lot of losses all of a sudden for RAWEL in the infantry department. Might be ready to fire. Just about vet 1. Stuka hit 5 now. 53 kills. So the Axis want to kill this mortar pit. I can't blame them. And as I mentioned, the Allies, like, they just lose control of this area so frequently. I don't know how it could ever survive. Maybe if it was back here, it could have kept it alive a lot easier. But one Jackson's ready to go, the other one's still repairing. I think we've seen any high velocity armor piercing rounds from RAWEL as well. You should really use them if you find something like a King Tiger or a Panther. The game continues on. There's a second one. Stuka doing 6 kills. Ready to fire again though. Okay, we've got assaults from Nantay. Combining with air supremacy. This time doing it deep in enemy territory. Might be able to catch the King Tiger here. Looks like he's going to drive forwards to try to get out of it, which is a fair plan. Blob pushing forwards. The bombs. Where are the bombs? Not very successful with that. He's really kind of been wasting his air supremacy. The Allies now hip to the strategies, dodging sideways, but oh man, that King Tiger got a monster shot in. Could lose his Basically his whole infantry corps right here. I think he's probably saved by just retreating across the endless stream of craters, providing light cover there. RP now going after the mechanized truck. See one more rocket, and there it goes. King Tiger coming in at super low health. Oh, that was a big throw. I think he was trying to chase down the Calliope or something, but just runs into the full force of the Axis. Oh, the Allied tanks, rather. That's what I was talking about. If the two Allied players team up here, their armor composition is very formidable. A little bit of a taste of it there. Seems to be a real battle for the central VP, just going back and forth, back and forth. Not going in here, but shouldn't try to fight against a Panther. More speeding out of there. Safe option. Good idea. Wish King Tiger for ERock. This stage I'm not sure I'd recommend the King Tiger because there's so many Jacksons on the field. Like it's going to be hard to use. Okay, now I've got mortar cover coming in the middle. There's some damage on those Jacksons there. Next to the sight from the flares. I think that's the first time I've seen them use them, but I might have used them once more that I didn't notice. Jackson's now moving over. One of them not on prioritized vehicles, so it's one thing you have to remember to do every time after you recrew your vehicle, pop it back on prioritized vehicles. It's a little bit annoying, but that's how it goes. Oh, Panther coming in now. Jackson exposing his rear. Luckily, there's also an anti-tank gun support. Blob avoids that Stuka barrage. Some base howitzer fire coming in as well, it sounds like. In this area. Might hit the Panthers here. Oh, that was a big Calliope barrage. Definitely should have just flat out retreated to that. Goes for that option now. 15 kills. He was at 10. I mean, he's got barely any kills. Last maybe like 15 minutes on that. So almost goes down. Center might still go down. Tiger once again running into the double Jacksons. This one could go down to one more shot though. Down there in the nick of time. These Jacksons is beating up so strongly here. Bringing back in the low health one. Extremely risky. Going in for the kill with the low health one. Right, it's pulling back now. I think the Jackson would have a sight advantage. No, that happens at Vet 3. No, they removed it, didn't they? I think it would still have a side advantage. I think. Yeah. It has 40 sight by default. 5 more than the regular vehicle. And it used to have a sight bonus on top of that at Vet 2 or Vet 3, but that got removed because it's almost self-spotting. The game is starting to get into those late game scenarios. The pace seems to have slowed a little bit here. will happen when you're in these marathon matches. Anything longer than about 40 minutes. Very hard to keep the pace up. Oh man, there we go. Calliope wipes Ogres. Good walking Stu Barrage. Panther gonna be on his toes. Here comes the sector assault once more.
Aufgepasst. The command vehicle has converted to a static building.
Blob narrowly avoids it there. Lost 2 morals, I think, but not too bad. And the quad straight away shoots it down, but before it gets that first pass of bombs off. Seems just about impossible to shoot a plane down before it gets the bombs off. Maybe if he was like over here, he could shoot it down, but not from the other side of the map at least. For a squad re-echelon, which is kind of interesting. Oh man, they dropped the MG34. Is that this squad? No, could probably pick that up. Doesn't look like he's got any other weapon upgrades. Can target back up to just about full, but about to take a big old hit. Walking Stuka going up. Oh, no, go after these squads. Oh, and he gets both of them. That was a monster shot.
We're losing a capture point. Take that Panther before he shoots again.
Jackson's holding the line here. King Tiger narrowly missing that shot. Oh, and the King Tiger takes huge damage. Jackson's could go in for the kill there. Looks like Walking Stuka's going to be targeting the AT gun. Oh, and he got the kill. I don't know how he had sight of it.
We lost a gun crew.
Maybe he was shooting at the machine gun or something.
Captain just took the battlefield.
And the Jackson gets the kill. Long range sniper picks it off. Nicely done there at RAWEL. But that's what I was talking about. Using the King Tiger when you're facing off against 2 Jacksons is so hard to do. Especially when they're this highly vetted as well. Oh. I hope that he doesn't go for another one. In this case, probably better to go for a Jagdpanzer. Try vet that up. Good thing about the Jagdpanzer is it's got quite a small target size, so Jacksons do have a decent chance to miss it in those tank destroyer wars. At like 60 range versus 60 range shooting, that kind of firefight. Of course, the Jacksons with their bonus accuracy now might be too steep of a road to climb. You definitely have to play cautiously with the Jagdpanzer, try vet it up, and because these are already basically at their vet limits, just try and grind your way back into the match that way. LuckyNoob basically at a supply limit, banking a tremendous amount, so it might be time for him to look for an opportunity down this left hand side.
Can we shoot something down?
I'm going to bring a sweeper over there. Just look for a flank in conjunction with his flares.
We're losing a capture point.
At the very least, you know, if he can get his 2 Panthers down here and knock out this Centaur, that'd be really nice. Yeah, Supremacy coming in once again, basically the same spot. Looks like it might actually target this OKW truck though. Let's wait and see. No. Couple bombs. Oh, quite a few bombs from the second bomber came in there. Looks like he targeted just around here though, in the middle of the blast zone, so this is not really an ability used as like an area denial tool. It's more target stationary targets, or maybe using it during a big push deep in enemy territory, because you know the assault providing this sight plus the bombs. I mean, you can do it pretty deep in enemy territory. Force them to lose a lot of territory. Nice walking Stuka barrage. We do have a fresh howitzer going down. Soften up the lines. Right, we're coming in now. Ooh, doing some good damage. Might even get another overwipe with that. Don't really want to be trading blows with the Comet against Panthers. Just not that strong of a matchup. It's coming in from the side. Quad, got to be careful. You need that quad to shoot down those sector assault planes. Don't want to lose that if you can avoid it.
Armor ready.
So Jackson on the back needs some repairs. So the Axis looking to get a little bit aggressive here now. But just like basically full army for everyone. Double Stuka barrage, combining with the flares. Ooh, the second one does some big damage. And now he's going in with the Panthers, trying to knock out one of those Jacksons. And he gets the kill long range. Nice pick off there. Needed to put on prioritized vehicles though, as you saw the turrets had to swing around. But one of them goes down just to infantry fire here. Uh-oh. The other one also in a little bit of trouble. Looks like it's going to get away, and that's the Vet 5 one, so that's for the best.
Gun batteries reporting.
Coming
Reconnaissance
in
by
this
flare now
vicinity.
available.
Looks like he's going after the base again. Might be able to get one of these squads. You see my frame rate is quite bad right now. And there's extended games where it starts to tank. Looking for targets, but you find them paying themselves. Fresh Jackson for RAWEL, fresh walking Stuka for LuckyNoob. So army compositions unchanged. There goes the machine gun. Once again, another squad of commandos dropped behind enemy lines. Looks like they're going after the howitzer. But there was a squad here.
One of our commando sections has been lost.
I cleared, no, I didn't even manage to clear the veterancy with the gamma bomb there. Comes back over here to reinforce from the glider. Whilst fighting. And he does. Can probably beat them now. The thing is, you can put a demo charge. That's really what you should be trying to do on the Howie. Coming back out, maybe gonna try to put it down, but can't get close enough. The tech structure is there protecting it. I'll throw one more light gamma bomb. Doesn't even do any weapon health damage there. That's interesting. Oh, it's just into a mine on retreat. Oh, that's a big calliope. Oh, squad down to it as well.
Lost a squad of infantry.
38 kills on that bad boy, just only halfway to V3 though. I feel like the variancy requirements on this were quite high, were good back when it was like really strong, but now that I've received quite a few nerfs, maybe they're slightly too high. It says at the very least decrewed. There's another sector assault. Combined with the flares, so put it quite deep in enemy territory. Maybe these are going to be targeted by the bombers here. Both of them get decrewed at the very least, one of them destroyed. Howie into the base again as well. So now we've got 3 Panthers here. That is pretty formidable. Ours have to be on their toes here. And nice baiting from the Panthers, like encouraging the support weapons to stay there shooting. Providing a juicy target for Walking Stick. He does go for the King Tiger again. If possible, it would be better if you could fight the British player. King Tiger's pretty good against the Comet. So maybe if you can fight more on the British player's side instead of down this alleyway where the Jacksons have been parked, that would be for the better.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
Even King Tiger struggling against the double comets there, needs a bit of anti-tank support of his own. Hope he's going to stick around to secure the capture there. Might even lose them. Tiger did a bit of a spin around maneuver there, still on prioritized vehicles as well. Shooting at these riflemen. Look how he's going to work again. Targeting just the vicinity of the tanks. Might get lucky, catch a decrewed US Forces vehicle, which would be really nice. And then just getting some damage on the tanks is fine, slow down their repair times and whatnot. Seems like the allies are kind of unfazed by it. And lose a squad right there. Might even lose McKinnon as well. Main gun destroyed on the Jackson. Panther doesn't want to chase in any further. Command Panther now from LuckyNoob. So he's got 3 Panthers. Looks like the Axis want to get aggressive now with them. And once again, not on prioritized vehicles. Turrets facing the wrong direction. This is the killing blow on one of the Jacksons. Kills one of the Comets. Once again, not on prioritized vehicles here. Gonna try and continue the fight. Jackson a little bit late to retreat. And the Panthers staying on it. Could use an anti-tank grenade here. Looks like this Panther might go down. Oh, the Jackson may be out of range. Jackson's so fast though. Look how fast it is. But that was a hammer blow to the allies. They just lost everything there. Finally, Axis make a bit of a breakthrough. Tiger going in for the kill on the Vet 3 Jackson, but that's just so fast, it's speeding away to safety. Nantay really need to make use of the anti-tank grenades as well. Calling in commandos on the Howie again. So he's going to just use air supremacy on it this time. Tank's sticking around to try to destroy this Vetter kitten, but
Our forward position has been destroyed.
taking quite a lot of damage. There it goes, flattened in the first run. It's just icing on the cake.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
So the Allies are going to throw in the towel with that one. That Panther push was just too strong for them. Didn't really have the support they needed. Attrition from the Walking Stukas really was catching up with them there. And they throw in the towel. GG. So the Allies, you know, blobbed a lot early on. I feel like the Axis response to that wasn't that strong. Just kind of tried to send in maybe like 2 squads to fight a blob. If you want 2 squads to fight a blob, you really have to be behind like heavy cover or something like that. Even then you might lose, but at least you'll stall them for a long time. Kind of make it not so much worth their time. Maybe wait for like a machine gun to come in behind that as well. So the Allies had a decent start thanks to all that blobbing, but the Axis with their artillery just wore down the Allies so much. Allies, especially RAWEL, quite inactive with his Jacksons, has to be said. Didn't get the most out of them, and Nantay quite ineffective with his air supremacy. But just solid play overall from the Axis. Allies really need to sharpen up. I mean, look at this. Look how 1,600. He should just be spamming this like every chance he gets. Anyway, GG. If you guys would like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye. Good luck.